Dear students, we will continue with the poetry of John Donne, and now we move on to his next poem, that is the Canonization. The speaker in the poem, The Canonization, blurts out an impatient rebuke to some critic who objects to his being in love and tells him to find some other occupation. He asks what harm his love has caused. Ships drowned by his sides? Have they? Estates inundated by his tears? Spring seasons postponed by his chills? And plague victims struck down by his fevers? What has happened? This is a sarcastic rejection of exaggerated claims of sonneteers' writing in the Petrarchan tradition. An increasingly degenerate form of hyperbolical praise of a lady, an itemization of the lover's pangs, deriving from Petrarch's sonnets sequence written to immortalize his beloved Laura. The world goes about its business, the speaker maintains, even though they are in love, and he admits that the most unsavory similes may be applied to them, since it is love which makes them what they are. Let them be called flies for blindly copulating, or tapers which at their own cost die. We can understand that candles burning out, but consuming themselves, based on a common pun of the word die, which had a secondary meaning of complete the sexual act. Quote, a meaning which was itself probably founded on the popular superstition that each instance shortens one's life by a day. Unquote. The speaker can outdo his accusers in similes. The eagle and the dove may be found in them. That is possibly a reference to the voracious appetite and peaceful constancy, both of which are aspects of love. And the riddle of the phoenix. And who was Phoenix? You can easily understand. The fabulous bird which produced its own successor from the ashes of its funeral pyre, finds an example in them, since they are two sexes accommodated to one neutral thing. The phoenix, of course, dies and rises the same in a myth which is a mystery in the extraordinary sense, but it is impossible to escape the suggestion of the crucifixion and resurrection of Christ, which is a mystery in the proper religious sense, a sense insisted upon not only by the title. Canonization here means elevation to Christian sainthood, but by marked religious vocabulary, legends, hymns, hermitage, which follows. Donne's witty metaphor finds its basis and ultimately derives its meaning, however, from the fact that romantic love had for many years been treated in a literature as religion, with its own god, saints, hymns, oratories, and so forth. The speaker goes on to say that in their legend, an account of saints' miracles and exemplary deeds will be fit for some sonnets, if not chronicles, and that by these hymns, which are those hymns, the sonnets written in their praise by succeeding generation of lovers, all men will recognize that they have been canonized for love. As we have understood the term canonization, canonization is a process adopted by the Catholic Christianity to promote an ordinary man from the ranks of an ordinary man to the dignified specter of a saint. Future ages will invoke them. And we come to the conclusion that the word them is used for lovers. That is, ask them to intercede at the throne of the deity as lovers. The religion of love figure is here complicated by the Platonic concepts of the world soul. And what do we understand by this term world soul? The physical world is regarded as a total organic body with its own soul. And the celestial ideas or forms, which are the models or patterns for all earthly phenomena. Donne is suggesting through metaphor the intensity of love, which by excluding all external considerations, in effect, creates its own little world, the idea or heavenly blueprint for which worthy of being prayed for by all aspiring lovers. There is also a neat union of the physical and the abstract in the image of the lover's eyes as mirrors, to be interpreted either as an optical device or a common title for encyclopedic works, which epitomize either brings rays of light to a focus or gather together in summary form as in encyclopedia, countries, towns, courts, etc. We finish our poem, The Canonization, and we will move further with poetry in the next video. Thanks.